My former spouse left me for someone she deemed better. He cheated on her, she ended up with nothing, and now they're begging for help as I make more than $500,000 a year. I clearly remember the precise instant when Sarah chose to dissolve our union. She was positioned at the kitchen table, casually browsing her device. I just arrived home from the office, ready to drop my satchel and relax, when she looked up and casually announced, "Alex, I want to dissolve our union." There was no introduction, no softening the blow, just a blunt, icy statement delivered like she was commenting on the weather. I hesitated for a second, unsure if I'd heard right. "Excuse me?" I inquired, my voice even despite the turmoil building within. "I said I want to dissolve our union," she repeated, her tone implying I was too dull to catch at the first go. I ought to have been enraged, maybe even devastated. Instead, I was shocked by her choice to separate after everything we'd shared, and the explanation she offered struck me the deepest. "I can't keep going like this," she declared, crossing her arms, "not making progress." I felt like laughing, but I held back. For years, I developed my profession from the ground up, generating a significant salary and creating a future many could only imagine, but Sarah never asked about my job. She displayed no interest in how I provided for us. I guess she figured I was just surviving, hardly getting by. I rested against the countertop, watching her. She seemed so assured, so convinced she was doing the right thing. "All right," I replied evenly, setting my satchel aside. She cocked her head, taken aback. "All right, yes, Sarah. If you wish to dissolve our union, I won't block you." I noticed a flash of discomfort on her face, but it was swiftly concealed by the arrogant, confident look I'd become accustomed to. "Good, because I've already spoken to an attorney. You'll have to move out by month's end, leave my home." Her boldness was nearly comical, but I didn't dispute it. If she wanted me out, I'd go for the time being. "Fine," I stated, turning to go upstairs. I sensed her gaze on me, anticipating I'd yell, beg, or debate, but I offered nothing. In the seclusion of our sleeping quarters, I perched on the mattress edge, absorbing the circumstances. This wasn't merely about separation. It was about power. Sarah desired to feel superior, to portray me as the loser in our partnership. Maybe she believed she could goad me into battling for her, pleading to regain her affection. But she didn't understand me as thoroughly as she assumed. The following days were a display of indirect hostility. Sarah abruptly had views on all matters. How I arranged clothes, how I passed my nights. She ridiculed my hobbies, routines, and even my coffee-making method. It was like she was attempting to validate her decision by depicting me as the antagonist. Then there was Marcus, my alleged closest companion. Initially, I didn't spot how frequently she brought up his name. Marcus mentioned this, or Marcus advised that, but it rapidly became evident he was more than a pal. I didn't challenge her. I wasn't prepared to reveal my strategy. Instead, I allowed her to assume she was in command. I permitted her to think I was the unaware, inactive spouse who couldn't perceive what was occurring right in front of him. One night, as I packed a valise with necessities, Sarah reclined against the doorway, arms folded, a grin on her face. "So, have you figured out your lodging?" she questioned, her manner condescending. In the upcoming short video, catch the complete story with the channel link provided below.